Welcome to Probing Eyes' latest episode of Bus Pun Minute. Today, we are going to talk about Canada and Canadian politics. Just because most of us have either one of our family members or a close friend living there, and what is happening there interests us all. And before we talk about what is happening there, remember to click on bell icon so that you get a direct subscription to all episodes of Probing Eye and Bus Pun Minute. Over to Canada. As I said, we'll talk about Canadian politics because in India there is a lot of interest in Canada and Canadian politics. Not because we had very sore relations with Canada over the years, especially when Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the previous Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, they didn't see eye to eye with each other. They had differences of opinion on various issues, including Canadian soil being used for anti-India propaganda and Canadian government accusing Indian government of attempting to kill Canadians on Canadian soil. So that apart, now Canada is heading for elections, and the interest of Indo-Canadian community is very large in those elections. Yesterday, when the new Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, went to Governor General and recommended dissolution of House of Commons to elect a new majority government, all candidates of Indian origin, they have been in active mode. They have started campaigning in their respective ridings so that they could win back these seats to House of Commons. As of now, all three major parties are represented by Indo-Canadian community, but most of MPs of Indian origin, they represent at present the ruling Liberal Party. Though, very interestingly, one of Indian MPs who has been sitting there for a long time, his candidature has been revoked at the last minute to make room for the new Liberal leader and the new Prime Minister, Mark Carney. He is Chandra Arya from Nepean in Ottawa. Though he had his name appeared in the initial list of candidates, but then after Mr. Mark Carney took over as Prime Minister, his name was deleted from the list and he was declared ineligible, and in his place the new Prime Minister will contest from Ottawa's Nepean riding. That apart, another senior Liberal MP of Indian origin and who was the first Minister of Indian origin to hold the defense portfolio, Harjit Singh Sajjan, is not contesting. Though initially Anita Anand also said she won't contest, but she relented and she is contesting again. Another Minister of Indian origin who was a law minister in the outgoing government, Arif, he is not seeking re-election. So Harjit Sajjan and Arif, they are not seeking re-election. Rest all MPs, sitting MPs, starting from Anju Dillon, Sukh Dhaliwal, Ruby Sohota, Sonia Sidhu, you name them, Maninder Sidhu, Ekwinder Singh Gahir, they are all Parambans, they all, Randeep Sarai, they all are contesting again. And there are a couple of new faces also, as since two are not contesting, as I mentioned, Harjit Singh Sajjan and Arif, they are not contesting, but there are newcomers also. So the number of candidates of Indian origin will remain more or less the same. But the mute point is where Indian community, which is growing in strength, which way they will go in the coming elections. Will they go for Liberals, as the Liberals have improved their standing over the past few months, or they will vote for conservatives who till end of last year were favorites to come back in power. And Pierre Poilievre has been trying to destabilize and even seek no confidence in the previous Liberal government led by Justin Trudeau. He attempted twice, but on both occasions, New Democrat Party led by another man of Indian origin, Jagmeet Singh, bailed Liberals out of crisis, and Liberals survived two no confidence motions. Now, instead of allowing the House of Commons, which was adjourned in December for holiday break and which was prorogued at the instance of the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau till 24th of March. But before the House could reassemble, the new Prime Minister, who has been elected in between, Mark Carney, he has recommended to Governor General to dissolve the House as it has lost the majority vote in the House, and recommended April 28th for holding next federal elections. So elections are of immense interest because Mark Carney is a man from finance, a man from economics, a man who is a financial wizard who headed Bank of Canada, who headed Bank of England, and he remained an advisor to government of France. And since Donald Trump has been threatening Canada with high tariffs on all imports from Canada, he has been announcing and even he has started implementing new tariffs on all imports from Canada, including crude, including power, including aluminium and steel. So these are the factors. Canada needs a prime minister who can handle Donald Trump's threats and the new geopolitical environment emerging after recent changes in the world politics. So Mark Carney, he realized that since Justin Trudeau's resignation, Liberals have gained in popularity in all opinion polls, so he wants to capitalize on that gain and go for polls immediately so that he can lead his party back to power. But will he succeed? Only time will tell, because odds are at present they are not as bad for Liberals as they were 2 months ago. Conservatives who were riding a popularity wave till end of 2024 are now have to fight hard in case they want to come to power, they want to wrest power. And in Canada, there is a concept of minority governments. Since last 1 century, there have been 13 governments which were minority governments. The concept of coalition governments is not that popular as is in India. The present, the outgoing Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, he has been leading a minority government in Canada for last 5 years, 6 years rather. In 2019, he came to power with a minority government, and he continued till he quit early this year. And now he has been replaced by Mark Carney. Before that, it was Paul Martin in 2004 to 2006. He led a minority government, and then Stephen Harper had two minority governments in between. So you see, in all, 13 governments Canada has witnessed as minority governments, but Justin Trudeau lasted the longest, 2019 to 2025, almost 6 years. And nowhere in the world any minority government has lasted that long. So now, will Canada vote a majority government? April 28th is a time when it's a good time, because normally elections were due in October. But because there was a threat from all opposition parties to bring in another no confidence motion against the Liberal government, so the government decided, since its rating has improved, its opinion polls, its graph has shown upward curve, so they decided why not go for polls and thwart the attempt by opposition to bring a no confidence motion. and instead seek a fresh mandate on issues which are agitating an average Canadian, like affordability. And besides the local issues, Canada also faces a very tough time from its neighbor and big brother, the United States, where Donald Trump is time and again threatening to bring in new tariffs. So Mark Carney has a tough job on hand, and also not only leading Liberals in the April 28th election, but also to make sure that Conservatives, they don't wrest back the power they last lost in 2019 when Justin Trudeau's minority government came into power. So let's hope that the 2025 elections will bring in peace, prosperity, and stability, and a stable and a majority government, so that it can tackle all its major problems, including relations with US and also relations with countries like India, so that people of Indian origin can also heave a sigh of relief. Hope so. April will bring in good results for everyone and also bring good luck to candidates of Indian origin in the coming elections. So till then, goodbye, and when I come back, we will have much more on Canadian politics and Canadian elections. Till then, goodbye.